Today I'm going to show you how to make blackberry jelly. I picked gobs of blackberries this morning. I have enough to make 2 batches. This is my water bath canner. I have my jars that I've washed, a wide mouth funnel, a colander to get rid of the seeds, my rings, tongs to get the hot jars out of the water bath canner, my lids, a lid grabber. This is pectin that you need to make the jelly thick. And then I have my flavorings. I like to add almond extract and cinnamon. Here I got 5 cups of blackberries that are starting to break down. You'll want to use a potato masher to mash them. You don't want to use a food processor. And as those cook, they will continue to break down and release their juices. I have 7 cups of sugar already measured out. I have my lids that are ready to be pre-softened. They'll be boiled for 5 minutes, and that will just help with the sealing process. I have my pectin already measured out, and a bowl to catch the jelly as I remove the seeds. As your blackberries are breaking down, you'll want to add your pectin just a little bit at a time. I'm going to go ahead and add my almond extract as well, and my cinnamon. And then you just want to keep mashing the berries with your potato masher and get all of those juices released. Once your berries have come to a full, complete rolling boil, you want to add your sugar all at once. The reason you add sugar is that is part of the preserving agent, or that is the preserving agent for jelly. You want to mix in your sugar, and once you have done that, bring it back to a full rolling boil, and then you want to cook it for 1 minute. You really need to do that step, as pectin needs to reach a certain temperature in order for it to thicken properly. Otherwise, you will end up with syrup instead of jelly. As soon as you have a large burner free, start boiling your water bath water. That takes a while because it's a lot of water. My blackberries came to a full rolling boil, and now I'm in the process of getting rid of the seeds. You just pour it into your sieve, and then use your rubber spatula, and you just mash that down until you have no more liquid. You do want to be very careful pouring that jelly mixture into your bowl because it is very hot and you can get burned. I have my bowl sitting on a hot plate to protect my counters. And as soon as I get the seeds out, I will fill my jars. You can see here that I've gotten all of the juice out of the blackberry seeds. These I'm just going to compost, and you don't have to go to the extra work of doing this step, but it's really very simple and easy to do, and it makes a nice smooth jelly. And there's all the jelly that I'm going to fill into my jars. I'm going to take your wide mouth funnel, put it on your jar, and then just ladle it in. You want some headspace in the jar so that it can go through the canning process properly. You want about 1 inch, so about right there is perfect. And then I'm going to fill up the rest of my jars. I should get 7 jars out of this. Now I have my jars full of jelly. It's time to add the lids. Before you add the lids, you want to make sure that your jars are clean, that there's no spills. If there are, then you're not going to get a good seal. And so you want to grab the lids out of the water here. Remember, I boiled these so it's hot, so I'm using my lid grabber. And then just place these on the lid, on the jars, and then you want to screw on the rings really tight, and then we're going to place them in the water bath. You can see the water is fully boiling, so I'm going to put my lid on and I'm going to set my timer. Should be done in 10 minutes. So my timer just went off, so I'm going to get my jars out. When you open it up, you want to lift the lid away from you so that steam doesn't give you a steam burn. And then this is part you also want to be very careful with in lifting your jars out. I'm setting them on a wooden cutting board to cool. I have 4 jars from my first batch that have not sealed yet. You can tell when they're sealed, you'll hear a popping sound. And you can see on these, there is a raised bump. On the ones that have sealed, that bump is down, and when you press on it, nothing happens. So I'm going to process 4 of my jars that haven't sealed yet one more time. If they still haven't sealed after that, then just put them in the refrigerator and use them first. This recipe that I used for Blackberry Jelly can be found on the Jefferson Public Library website. Just go to jefferson.prlib.org, click on Seed Library, and then go down to Food Preservation. Have a great day.